So this one's going to be about design, and it's also going to be about typography, and it's going to be about maybe even art, but yeah, I don't know. See you after the intro. As always, and as every single motherfucking day, just because I like it, just because I love what I'm doing. But yeah, and with that being said, hello and welcome back to the next episode of the Self-Development with Tactics podcast, and I'm really looking forward to this one, and it is actually the first episode of me actually talking only about design. Of course, I'm also going to talk about some self-development things and just some things that I think kind of are important, I guess. But I just thought like I always restricted myself of actually talking about design because I thought like, well, I should only just talk about self-development and self-improvement and all these things, but I don't think so. I guess that this is just who I am as a person because I really love design, and my Instagram is just only design, which is something that I might also just change up. But yeah. Before I even go through the episode, there's a few things that I'm willing to cover. Actually, just please check out the description. There's a lot of information, a lot of important links there, especially for those people that do want to just be on a podcast rather than the YouTube channel, and just all those things in the end. So please check out the description. But yeah, it's a little bit big there. So as you can see, we are on Reddit because I thought, first of all, being on Reddit, maybe on Tumblr as well, and last but not least, also on Pinterest, especially Pinterest, I do have to say, like, it is one of the greatest resources that you can have as a designer. Like, it is in such an insane place. There's so many good things, and there's so amazing artwork there. But yeah, so this is the design subreddit. Then there's going to be the graphic design subreddit, and there's going to be the typography subreddit. I do hope that I'm going to find some cool things to talk about, to think about. But yeah, logo design I created for a friend's vehicle tuning workshop. Revolver, it says, and I can also read it. I think it is a pretty cool one. But I don't know if it is not too much. Because if you're just having a look at logos of just really just famous brands, like, can I show you something? For example, Samsung, or however it is actually pronounced, I don't know, something that I should look up, because it is actually something that bothers me quite often when, for example, people say like Nike, because it's not Nike. I've looked it up, it's Nike, as as one of their speakers said, I guess. Or what was it, like, a person in really high position as far as I know, and it is Nike and not Nike, it's Nike, because he said, and I still remember quite the same words, he said it should rhyme to or on spiky, and Nike is not fucking rhyming on spiky, but Nike is, so so think about that. But I do like the small type under it, so the performance thing. I do think it is also well current or well tracked actually as well. I really liked it. I really do like it. By the way, I'm a graphic design student, just to let you know, and just to kind of show you my quote unquote expertise and my why I even want to go through this, and why it makes sense for me to go through this, and why it makes sense for me to talk about that, I guess. Well, yeah, the Dragon Lego table, I liked it. I really loved that one. Even though is it design? Yeah, some kind of as well. It really is, but it takes a lot of effort. But in the end, you're gonna have a cool product, or eventually, maybe even not. But then it is totally about the process. Like, if you like the process of doing something like this, of building something like this, then you just like the process. And even though the end result isn't that of a good thing, actually, you still think like, well, the process has been quite of a good thing. So who gives a shit? Croconut. I do wonder if there's something done to this. I think it is. Yeah, I assume so. It seems to be like so fitted in here, which is like a little bit unusual, I'd say. But I like the type, also the 3D thing. Really like that. One of my latest illustrations I drew, designed for sale. The thing is, you don't need to just use a black letter type. I think also serif type would do it as you've as this person is also using down there, I'd say. But I think it is just what kind of works for those kind of gothic type illustrations, even though sometimes they're a little bit hard to read since I've read actually Sate, not Sail. Yeah, I don't know. And I also don't like the gradient there. I wouldn't also use it. I think that especially gradients are relatively difficult to just use and incorporate into your design. Some people can. I'm not really good at it. So therefore, I also think it is not such an easy thing. But yeah, I think it is a cool illustration. That's for sure. It just obviously also depends on what it was meant for. Lilac Breath of Great with Love. I don't know what this is. What is this material called? Multicolor chrome for the new model. Looks cool. How do I recreate this distorted effect in Photoshop? You can do this relatively easily by distortion, I guess. Is there no comment? And then you're basically gonna have a mask, and then you're masking it out so that you're gonna have like some sort of a. It seems to be like a mask that's going from the right top to the left bottom, some kind of. So but you could also just individually do it with them, kind of, or you could just do it with all of them. You know that you have to just take every one of them, but I guess it should be done with distort, kind of, or ripple, or however it is called. Like there is some filter that you can use in Photoshop, as far as I know. Maybe I should comment then, because I could help, I guess. I was up till 3 a.m. creating this, so much fun. And I think it looks cool. Oh, it's a video. I'm not gonna watch it. This one I kind of like the Adidas. Well, it's actually Adidas since it is a German brand. Sandals. And I think it is just a really great way to do that. For the podcast listeners, he or she used the logo and then put it onto the front of a bar, basically, of a rectangle, which is like horizontal and long, so that it actually looks like a fucking sandal. I kind of like it, but I also don't know if the sandal would actually be like squared. Like, I know it is just minimal and then just, lean, but there must be some round edges. I feel like, there is something that's bothering me. This is a funny one that I've already seen. Desk Soccer, which is a mobile game. Weaker lost connection design reminds me of a hidden penis. Yes, it really does. The thing, yeah. I think this is just something. My first thought, did someone design a dick logo? Desk Soccer. I don't even know what this just should mean. Like, I guess it should be a finger with a cross there, but I don't know what it is. I actually don't know what this is. Anyone know a site where you can map an image onto a sphere and then save it so it is flat slices, which you can then print out and paste onto an actual globe? There must be something. There really must be something. Like, how are people then doing like globes, I guess? And then I've also found some sort of a manifesto. And I do not really agree with it, but I'm going to read it and I'm just then going to talk about whatever I think of it. You are hiring humans. So first of all, read our resume from the beginning to the end. The second, do not make us fill endless forms. Third, be polite. You don't need some human or ASAP, actually. You don't need some human ASAP. If you're not going to hire 100%, do not invite to interview. It should not be a trial game. The fifth one, respond to the applicant as soon as possible, not later than 2 weeks. The sixth one, give an honest, proper, and constructive feedback, starting why you're not hiring the person. Stating. The seventh one, no whiteboard interviews, stress testing drills, brain teasers. The eighth one, if you want to see how a person codes, give them a home task similar to what you expect. Which, by the way, is something that I've done. And I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Really not. I'm gonna talk about this. The ninth one, talk with people, try to know them instead of sending a link to a web form to apply. well, yeah, as I said, I do not fully agree with it, whatever they just said there and shit. But back to the story. The first internship, is it an internship or it's been a summer job, more or less. The first summer job that I've had was in a marketing department for Cropstar. Shout out if any one of these people are gonna see this. And it's actually been pretty cool, like actually just thinking about it from the perspective that I'm having now on, basically, because they have learned like the long tail thing, some basic marketing things. And in the end, he also just told me, like, you're doing just such an incredibly important job for us, just to let you know. And first of all, I do have to say, like, it's been a pretty good boss. Like, I've really liked him, especially since I've really been young, and I've like, the thing is, I just really wanted to just have a job in the quickest possible just amount of time, and I've just applied for the job like just during the week. I think it's been like, I don't know, Wednesday or some shit, just because I wanted to have a fucking job, or Tuesday or something. And then I've had to just do something. I had to do a task which was finding out some data. And then put it into a spreadsheet. I didn't, by the way, even know what a spreadsheet is, because it, everything as well was in English, which is something that, I was really fine with. I've always been fine with that. But in the end, I didn't really know what a spreadsheet is. So I've also had to know, or had to learn some vocabulary there. But in the end, it's actually been my spreadsheet was really fucked up because it was really broad. I don't know what I fucked up with it. But in the end, I got the job. I got the interview, and they were really nice. And they, so first of all, I had to do this task, and then they invited me to the interview. And basically, my job then was to just get data, and it really is an important thing. Like, I've got data of potential customers, because I think they were selling software most of all, or mostly, and they fucking need data. And I've been like just I actually got paid quite decent, really decent. They've actually paid me really, really, really fucking well, and I really appreciated that, especially now, because I now see, or I've then seen, like, what others are paying and shit. But on the other hand, a lot of people say, like, okay, as internship, or if you're doing an internship, you should be paid and you should just get something for whatever you're doing. But I don't really feel like that. I also feel like if you're just getting a lot of experience, if you're getting a lot of knowledge, then it's just also good money, basically. But of course, like, I don't know, like, having some money is always a cool thing. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think that it is something that's quite really necessary, or just the most important part about an internship and shit. But yeah, coming back to this little manifesto here, I'm not gonna like it. But I don't think that they should read your resume. I think that they should hire you based on whatever the fuck you're able to do. I don't know if resume also means like your portfolio, but I think they should hire you based on your portfolio, and not on your grades, not on which school you've been attending, not on whatever. I don't like that. Like, I think they should be hiring you for what you're capable of doing. Whether you are just attending this school or that school, or whether you've just graduated from this or that university, I don't give a shit. Because there's going to be better people and there's going to be worse people, no matter from which fucking university they are coming from, or which background they are having, with which ethical background they're having, and all these things. All the other things, yeah. You also have to think about the employer. Like, as an employer, you do just have, you can't do that. In the end, I don't want to say that it's the nicest thing to do if you're just testing people to see. Like, from the perspective of the employer on, it just makes sense to test the people and then just. But I think they didn't even criticize that, didn't they? Well, yeah. Also, the whole interview thing. I think it is just an important part. If you're interviewing somebody and you see that this is just a fucking dick, like, you can't just interview somebody that you're going to hire 100%, I guess. There's just going to be some people that you're not going to hire. Yeah. By the way, I'm looking forward to the first interview that I'm having with a job opportunity that I'm not going to get hired for, because I've only had interviews that I've then got hired on, which is something that I have appreciated, obviously, and that I've liked. Yeah. Discussion: multimodal design for an increasingly complex world. Well, there's not a lot of a discussion here, so... The importance of video games for experienced designers. By the way, video game design is also something that's really cool. Really. Bubble, fridge that stores tracks and whatever. Add, the function that created the form. Add basically means and. So the and sign is basically at. I was today years old when I learned that an ampersand is a ligature of the word add. Yes, it really is. It's a really old thing. I made a necklace and case for my wife for Valentine's Day. Our professional association members worth it, so I'm trying to make a poster every day, which is a really, really good thing. And I mean, this is not the thing that I'm doing. The gradients are indeed cool. I would just play with the type and do it actually, or make it a little tiny bit smaller, because the smaller some things in your design are, the bigger ones seem to appear. Yeah. But there's just gonna be progress. I mean, if you're just doing something every single day, you're gonna fucking evolve. And I really like this one, which is an NBA All-Star 2020 poster. I really like this one. There's a little grunge, there's small elements, there's a lot of detail in there. Yeah, I kind of liked it, so I'm also gonna like it. Let's actually design for my high school track team t-shirt. Need some help, more comments. Gun track and field. I'd say there's just too much going on. Yes. Let's get to the graphic design thing. Graphic design regret ? I've been a graphic design professional for around 12 years now. There's nothing I think you would be regretting as a graphic designer, or especially as an artist in general, because you're learning to see. Also when you're drawing something, it's not about if you can draw or not. It is about being able to see, and it is about being able to recognize some things. It's not about drawing. It's not about technique. Technique is something you can learn, but you could also learn to see. And learning to see is an incredible thing. Creative director told me I should consider different fields to work in than design. I didn't design for weeks due to discouragement, but just started this whip. I'm really liking. I am not ready to give up on my dreams just yet, sir. Created in AI. Oh, Illustrator. Adobe Illustrator. It's not something bad, Why did he say? Any background to this reasoning? It was honestly very weird. I was only part-time 1 day a week with the team, and more often than not, I'd fit right in and work directly under our lead designer. I was actually let go of under the impression there was a new full-time designer coming on, knocking all the part-timers remotes. Well, anyway, I think it's not a bad work. But we all are gonna just evolve, and we all are gonna get better no matter fucking what. I really like this one, since it's actually like some sort of a badge, I feel like, or mark. I mean, you could, well, no, I actually kind of like it. I actually really kind of like it. There. Maybe you could, yeah, I don't know. I really am the worst fucking design critique there is. Really, really. I wanted to practice blue note design, and don't see too many, if any, metal blue note designs. Bloody badge and detail shots in comments. I'm taking on old sketches and turning them into stuff. I really like this one. I really, really, really like this one. Looks fun. By the way, this is something that I also should try, but most often I just tend to get too serious about my design stuff. I should be a little bit more like adding some funny stuffs and just funny Easter eggs, some sort of as well into my designs, because I can communicate with whatever I'm designing it, which is the greatest part of it, I'd say. I really can do something, and I really can just share some messages, share some things, and also get some inside jokes into this or into them that my friends are gonna notice, and that they are gonna just also then like, I guess. I could do this, but I often forget about it. But I should, because there's a lot of things that I can do with this, by putting out such a lot of work. And I mean, like, it is what you can do as well. If you're putting out a lot of work every single day, then you're having the chance of just sharing messages and changing some things. At least maybe one person that might just see this, maybe even accidentally, and then thinks like, well, I mean, he's right. Maybe I should actually change something, and maybe I should actually change something about whatever I'm doing or whatever I'm whatnot. Branding and business cards for our local, I like it. Bad Movies group, we watch mostly B movies and MST 3K, so I wanted that vibe. Cards are triple X Moolux with orange centers. I like it. It's like really cinema-ish. Yes, it really is cinema-ish. Yeah, I like it. I really love the colors. I really do. I'm not sure about the typography though. I like the part like research the best blah 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 blah, and the part down below, which could actually be a little bit smaller. I guess there should be a little bit. I guess there is some need of hierarchy, I would say. Yes, I would say. Here's a post I made for Into the Spider-Verse as part of my series. It's quite cool. Yes, quite cool. Quite cool. I like it. But I also do want to say, like, I'm not the best designer either. I do just feel things, and if I'm not feeling them, then I just say it. Rage Against the Algorithm. This is my first Instagram post that appeared to benefit from the constantly changing algorithm. My posts usually hover around the reach of 500 users, yet this design gained over 4 times this amount. Because it is a cool design. And it is like, yeah, it is just cool. Some icons I have designed recently, and I like them. I also love the colors. That's quite it. Typography motion collages. I hope it's not a video. It is a video. But I do just actually want to have a look at it. Is it on loud? Yes, it is on loud. But I really, really like it. Really like that. But I hope I'm not going to get fucked for this. Well, let's just let it be this thing. Happy Valentine's Day, designers. Well, thank you. Let's actually have a look at the typography thing again. The periodic table of typefaces. There's no font that I hate more, I think, than the OCR STD, which is this one, this. But I think, it has, there is a reason for it. Where's Helvetica? The only shit the designers care about, like, where is fucking Helvetica? I want to see my fucking baby. There's Garamond, which I appreciate, and Futura, Times, Accidents Grotesque, Interstate, Thesis, Rockwell, a lot of names, a lot of known names, a lot of amazing names. How this one font took over the world, the outline pockets. Well, okay. I updated from yesterday post, thought about it. Love is being stupid together. Yes, the later one is just definitely better. But why just don't write it in a different way? Yeah, the Dune cover. Frank, I really like it. I just like it. Sketch for a face alphabet, which is really cool. Face alphabet. I do, by the way, hope that this is not like a boring piece of shit for all those podcast listeners. I really do hope it's not. I really hope that there is some things that I said that might have been interesting or some shit. Suggestion for font pair with the logo. I think that if you just, if you're having like a mark and you think like, well, actually having a typeface for that, just try out it and just see what feels the best. Yeah, I would just try it out. I do think about something bold, actually, bold italic, kind of wibey thing. Could actually really look cool as I'm thinking about it. Well, actually, black italic if you have like something really bold. What is this? What is the difference between these two? Both Arial 11S. What 11S? 11 size. Yes. As a person beneath said, the tracking is tight in the first. Kerning would be the difference between individual characters in setting the letters in AF to be closer together than the characters in OO. Thank you for the clarification. Thank you so much. My Word document did that by accident, and since then I fell in love with the tight look. Tracking, not kerning. Yes, it's tracking. So kerning is when you're just doing when you're doing it with individual characters, which is something that you can often see that when you're having. Maybe I actually can find it in the text there, unless they from Reddit actually did a good job at this. But they seem to have done a pretty good job at this. Well, maybe this one. Yeah, it depends. I mean, you see both. And then for me, it seems to be the case that the O is closer to the T than it is to the B, which is something that you're going to do with kerning, that it is not just looking that way, that you're going to just tighten the space between the B and the O so that it seems to be aligned and seems to be like just homogeneous or whatever. A last one, I guess. Good typefaces for free. New details about the mysterious origins of Accidents Grotesque. I'd actually like to do that. Like the Accidents Grotesque is some font that a lot of people do use, and I think it is a really great one. I like it. I haven't used it, but I've seen it and I've liked it. Fact Magazine. I like it. Even though, like, I gotta have to say, like, this is a font that you're not gonna use for anything else but something like this, kind of, you know? But it feels right. It feels right. When great typography is all you need to advertise your brand. Bun, beef, gherkin, lettuce, sauce, bun, beef, cheese, lettuce, sauce, bun. This is an amazing one. It's a burger. It is a burger, but only with type. And I like it. But I unfortunately don't know which company it is. It would be amazing. I really like this one. I mean, like, this is also like the benefit that I'm just getting from going through designs like this, that I just get some inspiration. I get to see some new things. Yeah. Maybe a last one. Let's actually get a typography poster for my month in type series. Midsommar, a film by Ari Aster, Florence Park, blah, 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 blah. So this is blurred by not by accidents, but on purpose, which is fine. I also like the A24. I like this font there. Yeah, I kind of feel like that when it is actually in the middle, that it would somehow be a tiny bit better. But, and also maybe like a film by Ari Aster that you're just doing it like just in one line and not in like 3 lines. I mean, like, you could play with it. You know, it is always subjective, which is, I think, a pretty big, pretty huge thing about design, that it is so subjective. Of course, there is some things that you can just be doing wrong, and then they are wrong, and then you just should be changing them up. But often it is just something that's really like, yeah, subjective. But anyway, this is going to be the end of the episode, I guess. So I'll hopefully going to see you the next time. So maybe even subscribe to the whole experience. I've actually liked it, even though I have a feeling that I wasn't able to provide as much value as I normally can by just talking about self-improvement things, I'd say. But I've also covered a little bit of that, I guess, some sort of. But yeah, anyway, see you soon. See you the next time, and I hope you're having a good day. So I wish you the best health, of happiness, and also success. And I also hope that you're going to remind yourself and you're going to be remembered, which basically means your legacy, which basically means just being remembered as a good person by doing good things, or because of doing good things. Well, yeah. 3 other questions that I'm having for you are: why are you here? What are you trying to change? And what is bothering you the most? Ask yourself these questions because they are important, you know. So yeah. Hopefully gonna see you the next time. Bye.